Did you know that story you told your friend last week about what a horrible day you had? Not all of it was completely fact. Hey there, I'm Esther Rappaport, a productivity coach, and here to help you rewire your brain to be more efficient and effective. Today we're discussing how to separate between story and facts, why you want to, and how it will help you improve your life. But first, if there's anything in the story that you think someone else could benefit from, hit share while you're listening to it, send it to them right away so they can benefit from it. And they'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Now, there's a difference between facts and story. Facts is something that actually happened, and story is the emotions that play into it, our perspective of what happened to those facts. So, for example, if your boss sent you a task to do that is just a horrible task, you don't like it, it's really overwhelming. The fact in that story is my boss sent me a task. Fact, he's your boss. Fact, he sent you a task. That is fact. Story is how it's a horrible task. Story is how it's not fair. Story is how overwhelming or how stressed. Now, it doesn't mean that nothing of it is valid, and it doesn't mean that you have to just get rid of all that emotion and pretend it's not there and just go live a lovely, beautiful life like that. But you do have to recognize that there's a difference between the fact and the story. Why? Why do you want to be able to differentiate between fact and story? Because when you know what is story, you can now see what you can control. You can't control facts. Facts are things that happen. Obviously, there are some facts you can control because if you do something, then there are some facts that you could control. But facts, not always you can't control. Stories, your emotion and perspectives of that. And that is something that you can go and change. Maybe initially, when your boss sent you this big task to do, you felt mad, you felt stressed, you felt overwhelmed, and that emotion just came and you didn't have the ability to control that right away. However, you have the control to process that emotion and then to change your perspective on it, that all of a sudden now you see it a little differently. So maybe your boss sent you a big task, but you are going to process that so that way you can now see, hey, maybe this is really overwhelming, but maybe I can have a growth mindset and I can change what I think about this and learn something new. I can up level my skills. I can become more valuable to the company. I can do more things that maybe will actually end up getting me get a promotion because I've changed my perspective on it. So that's the reason why you want to understand how to separate it. So how are you going to make sure that you separate facts from story? When something really dramatic happens and you are getting high emotions and you don't like where this is going, take a step back, reframe, and ask yourself, what actually happened here? What is facts? She slammed the door in my face. She spoke disgusting to me. She did this thing that I didn't like. He yelled at me. He gave me this thing. Or it could even be something like she gave me a present. There's anything that actually happened is a fact. And then think, what is my emotions about this? What is my perspective about this? That's a story. And then you could decide if you like your perspective or you want to change it. Maybe you're super happy about it, right? When you're by a wedding and you're super happy, that's also a story about the situation that you're in. You could also be by a wedding and be upset that you're at this wedding. Remember, same wedding, and there could be some people that are really upset about it. They have to be at this wedding, and some people that are really happy that they are there. So your challenge for today is to think of the next thing that's happening or when the next thing happens. So your challenge for today is next time something happens today, doesn't have to be anything grand, doesn't have to be anything major. I want you to stop and think for a second. Ask yourself, what in this situation is fact? And what in this situation is story? Start getting your mind aware, start becoming more conscious, and start helping yourself notice what's happening around you so you can be in control and live your best life Yeah, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next episode where we are having some major exciting news and things are coming up. So stay tuned for episode 350. I will see you soon.
That's all for this episode of the Life Fix University podcast, but I have a huge favor to ask of you that will not only support the show, but will also help the people you love most. We are striving for 1 million downloads by the end of 2025, and we can't do this without your help. If you love this episode, please share it with 2 of your family and friends so they too can rewire their brains to have an extraordinary marriage. It was awesome spending time with you, and I'll see you on the next episode.